was it like for you to get the news, your first round draft pick as a head coach?
You know, it was probably as emotional as it was for Kenny, to be honest with you. It's kind of like winning a championship at the end. You don't remember what happened, right? Does that make sense? You know, I've had some first round players, but not as a head football coach. But to have one, you know, and be there with them at the same time was emotional. You know, we love the Pickett's. You know, we love everything he's done at Pitt. I mean, it was like you were just engulfed in everything. And I'll tell you a funny story. You know, I don't know if it's funny, but you got so engulfed. You know, I think there's some tape delay in what we were getting on that TV, like everybody probably, compared to what is in real time. And you know, as that whole thing was going on, Kenny got the call, and he bent over, and it's like, okay, it's New Orleans Saints, right? I mean, that's about the time, and I think John was there. I don't know if John's still, I think he's got a wedding in Philly, but you know, he bent over, and you're like, okay, it's the Saints. I mean, the Saints were still on the clock. It was, you know, it wasn't like the pick is in. He got the call, so we thought he was going to the Saints. So I never looked back at that TV. Okay, so we're all hooting and hollering. You're just like ecstatic about what's going on. Then my phone rings. You know, my phone rings at 10:12. Jerry, right? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Lasted 38 seconds long. It's Coach Tomlin. I'm like, why is Coach Tomlin calling me? And so Coach Tomlin calls and said, hey, do you see who's got him? I said, yeah, the Saints. And I said, you're one, you know, you're one off. And he's like, no, we got him. I was like, no, I just saw it like it was we're in a movie. And you know, he's like, no, we got him. And then all of a sudden, you know, we find out it's the Steelers, and then all of a sudden he's got a baseball hat on for the Steelers. So that's kind of how the whole thing went. So you talk about just in a moment, that's what it was like. It was wild. They really were in the back burner, but they do a great job. I mean, the NFL not letting anybody know. I saw Coach Tomlin out on the deck 2 days ago, and you know, out on the patio back, and you know, I just said, hey, good luck in the draft. That was it. I didn't say, hey, what's going to happen to Kenny? What do you think? Where do you think he'll go? You know, I didn't ask any questions, and he didn't ask any questions. So it was just like hush, hush, you know. And that's kind of the way the NFL does their business, and I like it. But as a head coach, as a player, for any of these guys in the next few days, you know, I feel bad. It's an emotional moment for them. It's intense. It's not easy. It's not easy for a coach. Usually, I'm sitting on my couch, you know, watching it, going, God, when is he going to get picked? You know, whether it's James Conner, Nathan Peter, you know, on and on, Avonte Maddox, all the guys. As a coach, you agonize with them, but being there up in person, looking down at him and looking at him, you know, hold on that phone and have white knuckles and all that is like, you know, wow, this is crazy stuff.
I know there's two sides to this. Is it more comfortable, you think, personally, for him to be in his hometown, or do you think there's maybe more added pressure on him?
I think the atmosphere that he had last night there was outstanding. I think he did the right thing. He did it for his family. He stayed home. You know, that was a perfect decision. I think going out there in Vegas or wherever the next NFL draft would have been more chaotic, maybe more pressure. He's got his family and friends. He's in his hometown. He's in his background. I don't think it could have been any better than what he did last night.